Hello, fellow plant people. Well, welcome to you too. So this is kind of a mini intro to episode 3 of my garden science series. This one's gonna be a little bit less focused on the science and more focused on kind of the design and organization and steps I'm taking to get what I started in my kitchen into the soil outside eventually, so we will have a fully working vegetable garden this summer. I thought that I would kind of show you what the status is of the space that me and my mom are going to be working with. This is my tradition with my mom. We do the vegetable garden together, and so every January we plan it out. We prepare, we brainstorm, and then we execute the vision that we have. It tends to remain relatively similar from year to year. We usually grow the same kinds of vegetables, with a few exceptions here and there. We'll change things up. So that is exciting. We do this together. It's something I look forward to every growing season. I can show you what we've sketched out. I can show you the space, and then kind of give you an idea of what our plan is moving forward. Okay, here is the garden that has been tilled up. The soil's been kind of aerated, and we've added our soil enricher, our new soil with, the nutrients to help boost it and get, some of those nutrients back into it. So this garden plot is about 15 feet by 25 feet. And we have a plan for it. It's all mapped out. So we are going to get vegetables in hopefully soon, but we have a few more steps to go before we do that, which is just to plot everything out, make sure everything has a place and fits like it should on paper, and then I'm gonna add that hay to the top level of the soil, so that helps fight weeds and it helps retain moisture. So that is the plan. Sitting outside, it's Sunday, just before noon, feeling pretty good. Feels like we're sitting at probably about 50 degrees. So it's a little cold, but it's nice and warm in the sun, and I thought that I would show you the garden plan. We'll see how this films. This might be a horrendous mistake. So here's our plan. Got a gate right here. We're gonna put in some stepping stones for a path. We might also do something like put planks in between rows if the straw isn't enough. But then we have rows of veggies, and then along this right side edge we have those lattices, those trellises that we're gonna grow vining vegetables on. So it's a little breezy. So first row will be lettuce, then we're going to have a row of radish. This is our pepper row, so we're going to have some bell peppers and a couple jalapeno plants. Then we're going to do a row of cruciferous vegetables, so we're going to try some broccoli and cauliflower. Center row is our tomatoes, because they get pretty big and unwieldy, so we're definitely going to have those in their own row. We'll give them space. This is kind of a mystery row. We're not entirely sure what we're going to put in here. I would like to get some eggplant, like we had last year, and then kale. Then we're going to have a row of green onion that will go from seed. This row of carrots that'll go from seed. We'll direct sow both of those, along with the radish. We'll direct sow those too. We'll have a row of onion, regular white onion, a row of kohlrabi, And then asparagus. We're going to plant some asparagus. We used to have asparagus along this wall, but unfortunately a couple of years ago they got tilled up. They were mature asparagus plants, so that's unfortunate. We're going to have squash in the back two corners here, so we're going to have zucchini, and we're going to give it trellis space if it decides to trellis. We're going to have butternut squash over here in this corner. And then our central trellises, we're going to have legumes, we're going to have beans and peas, and then the center trellis will be cucumber. And then over here, we are going to try something different this year. We're going to plant strawberries on this little ledge. There's a little gap between the fence, my dog fence, and the garden. So we're going to plant strawberries in that little that little 6-inch gap. Hello, little status update here. It is the same day. It's Sunday, the 19th. Just wanted to give you a quick update because my mom and I were able to plot out the garden this afternoon based on that design that I showed you a little bit earlier in the video and also in the day. So we were able to get everything kind of placed and marked out the way we wanted it. I'll show you that, and I'll do a voiceover because it was a little blustery, so the sound wasn't great. I'll do a voiceover kind of explaining what I'm showing you and what we think we're going to go with if we can find all of the seeds and vegetables that we need. So let's get to that. Alright guys, this is an overview of the garden layout that we have plotted out. That path is new, we just got that in. We also laid out the rows and marked them out with string just to kind of ensure that we have everything lined up where we want and we have vegetables growing next to companion vegetables. I'll get into that a little bit next time in the next episode about, our planting strategy. So this eastern side of the garden is eggplant and okra, and our garden gets primarily full sun in the peak of the growing season. So we wanted our lettuces over on that side, we wanted radishes on this side, and then also our pepper row, jalapenos and bell peppers. Then we also have a cruciferous row with broccoli and cauliflower, and our tomatoes in the middle. Kale and chard in that row. Then we have green onion, carrot, and regular onion. We're going to do big white onions. And then finishing that out is a row of kohlrabi. So that's kind of the idea, what we are planning for. Things could change as we kind of take stock of what is available and what gets planted when. So these trellises here are going to be good for training our vining veggies to go up. We've done that in the past and it's worked out really, really well. So we had butternut squash, and that cucumber was in that central row, but then we also have beans and peas. And then this far trellis over here is zucchini. So that's kind of full circle around the garden. Now we're kind of back to the entrance over on this side here. And yeah, that's kind of the overview. Definitely will be more to see next time, but we do have a couple of steps before we can plant. Specifically, this is some old kind of leftover sprinkler hose that was in my mom's garden, and it is, we're going to try and repurpose it for a soaker system for our veggie rows. That'll be new. And then we also have this hay, or I guess it's straw, that we are going to lay down to reduce our weed growth and also to retain moisture in the soil and avoid dirt splashing up when it rains. Hello, it is the next day and another start to the week. We got a lot done this weekend. I was pretty impressed. I know that we're kind of a little ways from planting. I am gonna have to do another episode, so there will be 4 parts to this garden series. I think I'd like to really dedicate a whole episode to showing you guys our planting strategy and what's going into the garden, where it's going, and just kind of that process of getting everything into the ground finally. So I'd like to do a whole episode on that, I think. I think our next steps are going to be to get the straw down, get the irrigation system set up if we can make that work. And then we're also going to acquire some seeds and plants from our garden center at some point within the next couple of weeks. I know we probably won't plant the seedlings or the plants into the ground until May for sure. We might get some of the spring crops in. So we might plant peas, we might plant lettuces if we can, and probably get the radishes in. Everything that needs to go into, that's getting sown, will probably go in within the next week or so. That is the plan. So I'll make sure to capture it for you. And again, I really do hope that you guys are enjoying your own gardening experiences, and please feel free to share those with me. I'd love to hear down in the comments what you guys are doing. Gardening is just, it's fun, man. Let's grow some veggies, yeah? You guys have a great week, and oh, I should say, you know, after this little mini series, I will get back to my regularly scheduled houseplant content. So don't worry, I'm probably going to do a couple videos coming up on my Hoya collection and also on spring growth. So look for those down the road. All right, you guys, until next time, enjoy your plants.